So our plan was to sort of bounce ideas back and forth a little bit amongst ourselves before we open it up. So I don't know if either of you has any bouncing to do, just start off.
Bouncing? I don't have any bouncing.
Steve, you have any?
No, I think one of the things that I think about is if we were to put together a group to really talk about the creek winding, how would you want that to look? How would you want that to move forward?
I know there is a group that has been meeting for quite some time, trying to get opinions of people to take to the government or where are the opinions going in community forums. I just think we owe it to the water and to the fish and to the turtles and the beavers and everything that lives in and around the creeks to give them a healthy place to live. I know it's a huge task because all of the toxins and all of the chemicals that are polluting our waters everywhere, the acid rain that falls down, pollution is everywhere. And I think whatever small steps we can take to not be a part of it, to purchase things that are made naturally with natural products, to shop in consumer ways that aren't going to damage the environment, to use less resources in our daily lives as people. If everybody did a little bit, did a little share, did something today, we'd all be better for it. Our futures would be better.
Well, one of the things that I was thinking as you were speaking, Wendy, in terms of some of the legal decisions which have come down the pike, and really in many ways, I had the opportunity to be in the cookhouse at the Nation when a news conference was held to announce the land rights action last March. And there was such a feeling of this being the right time, and the response of the community generally was very positive. The Post-Standard did really quite a good job of trying to really cover what the Onondagas were saying. And it wasn't too long after that that the Supreme Court ruled in the Sherrill versus Oneida decision that taxes had to be paid on land which was bought within an Aboriginal territory. And then the Cayuga decision came, the appeals court, and now the recent Supreme Court refusal to hear the Cayuga appeal. And so on that legal level, there's been a tremendous number of defeats, of problems that have occurred. And in my mind, part of what that brings us back to is what is it that we can do as grassroots people? What is it that we can do here in Syracuse, in Onondaga County, to partner with the Onondagas, to look at creating justice here on the ground while that larger process is going to take other time, because that's where we have much more ability to impact what happens. So I don't know, Wendy, if you have any thoughts about that more kind of grassroots level and any greater feeling of hope about that than the Supreme Court provides.
Sometimes it is difficult to remain positive, but we can't not look out to the future. I think if we have more of our true education in our schools, that we as Native people, as Indigenous people, whether it's Onondaga or Lakota or Cheyenne, that we are human beings and we're not mascots and we're not relics of the past, that we're here and we're thriving, and not all of these people, our people, are going down the gaming road. I know sometimes it's difficult for some people to make that distinction, but some of us truly are following the traditions, the mandates that were left for us. And I think the more teaching that we can get done in our schools would be helpful, because these children are the ones who are going to grow up and take the seats of government be the judges, be the next senators. So education is an important factor, I think.
You know, it's, in preparing for today, I really did get to do some reading that I haven't, that kind of opened a little bit of a window into the sense of being of the folks from the nation. And it's that ultimate respect for all things. And the understanding of our responsibility to each other and to our environment. It really did have somewhat of a calming effect on me, I have to say, you know, just getting involved in and understanding it. And so I do wonder, you know, as we go through our lives, the things that we don't see and hear anymore. And it is, to me, the listening is the real key, because we don't really listen to our environment. It's telling us all the time how it's feeling. And we lose a lot when we don't have that ability anymore.
Sure. Why don't we go ahead and open it up for questions and comments, and Dr. Dwajman will moderate for us.
Well, before we open it up, let's give our panels a nice round of applause.